many of my peers say that there was a change in philosophy at the senior leadership level at this district in the late 80s and early 90s, in which there were massive cuts to support of the sites, but still a sense of things were normal at the district level. And so little things like phone systems weren't working at sites because we only had 1 or 2 phones for our school to call out, but district was looking at buying cell phones for all the senior administrators, because when they went out to school sites they didn't have phones because the phone systems were so bad. So perks for leadership in the late 80s, early 90s was the key. And we lost counselors, and we lost many, many things. We had massive layoffs. So I just want to make sure that even though the candidates were experienced in this district, they were experienced at a time in which there was a disconnect starting that came with Dr. Baum, later with Dr. McHenry, and with Dr. Lawrence. The wheels don't come off all at once, but over a period of time, thinking that they're the smartest men in the room can eventually destroy the district. So I'm hoping that we don't hearken back to the 80s and 90s and the path we started to take then, but we look anew at what the responsibilities at the district level are to the sites, so that the sites can actually service the students. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Langley. Okay, did we miss any others? No. Oh, okay. I think he enjoyed saying I'm a citizen. I don't know, but there was pleasure in that. Okay, then we will take a vote at this time on this motion. And motion carries 4-0-1. We're very excited to welcome Dr. John Bernard as our interim superintendent, and I don't think we're going to have to worry about him harkening back to the old days. The beauty of Dr. John Bernard is he had been a successful superintendent in 3 different school districts over the last 20 years, and does not live in the past. He lives very much in the present. So before we ask anything of Dr. John Bernard, we will go to the next item, which is the contract. Let's approve the contract. Then if Dr. Bernard would like to say anything, that would be wonderful. So we have a public comment, which, oh, is Michael Langley. Surprise. Okay, Mr. Langley.
Madam President, members of the board, council, and ladies and gentlemen in the audience, my name is Michael Langley, citizen. I want to reiterate what Dan Reynolds said, that there are things in place now that an interim superintendent needs to look at right away. There are things that are in motion and decisions that have been made over the past few years that need his attention immediately. We do not need new initiatives, but we need to look at the maintenance of this district, in that we lost so much support at the site. We cut the hours of people that are very important to the education of our students. The secretaries, the assistants, the educational assistants. We need to start making that type of maintenance on this structure immediately. And so I'm hoping that when I looked at the contract, I know it's boilerplate to say that we would reimburse any meetings that they had to go to and any outside trips that they had to take, but I'm hoping that the interim will concentrate more on fixing, taking away the rust, fixing the holes that have occurred, and not try to make a new initiative in his 4 to 5 months as interim. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Langley. I would take a motion on the contract for interim superintendent.
Madam President, I move approval of the contract for the interim superintendent.
Motion by Mrs. Denler,
Second.
second by Mrs. Mayo. I have this correct now. Any discussion? I would just take a vote then, once that motion gets entered. I would like to note and thank Jane Williams for her part in this. She stepped right in. She's interim general counsel. She stepped right into some of these negotiations. Motion carries 4-0-1. That is official. Dr. Bernard has anything, I don't want to put him on the spot, but welcome